I write as a way to digest my life experiences. I sincerely hope that through my writings, others are able to connect and recognize that they're having the same experiences. My hope is that through seeing that we have the same experiences, we're not alone anymore. We all see that we're united in some kind of struggle, some kind of frustration, some kind of overwhelming experience that we just need to deal with. We're not alone. There is more of a unity and a connectedness in that. So we're all going through trying times. We all have these emotional mountains that we're climbing. And there are times we all get stuck in the mud and we just really are frustrated with where we're at and need to slog through it to get out. We have these wonderful moments of joy and elation, followed by the mundane aspects of life. And then there's always the fall after the euphoria, and we have to climb out and endure another day. Sometimes it's really easy to climb out on our own. We just do it. We climb out, we move on, and keep trudging through life. And then there are other times that we really need somebody else to help us out, somebody else to nurture and support us, someone else to say, hey, I see this other solution over here. Let's try that. And they shine a light in a new direction. And all of a sudden, that pit that we've fallen into might not be so deep. It might be that it's only knee deep and we're able to step right out of it and move on a lot easier. Or maybe they're able to shine a light in a different corner and we see that there are ladder rungs to help us climb right out and be okay. And yet it takes that extra person, that extra perspective to help us see something different. They remind us of our tools. They remind us that we just need to process, and that processing with our tools helps us improve where we're at in life. I live what I teach. I am constantly learning and growing, and I share all of my inspirations because I believe that while I am applying all of these lessons to heal my own wounds, you might be able to be inspired to do the same thing. You may have the same situation going on for you right now and be able to move through something a little bit easier and joyfully. When I'm inspired and happy and excited, that's the musing you get. And when I'm processing through a little bit of a challenge, you might get that kind of a musing where I am literally writing as an inspiration for resolution in my challenges. Some subjects I am super confident on, and it's because I live them and I embody them. And then there are others where I write and I share them as a way to process through what I'm going through myself, what I'm going through with my relationships. When I write, I learn through intuition. So I sit down and I start to write and I seek answers and I tune in, and that writing that you get to read is what helped me go through the research, go through talking with friends, go through understanding so that I can come to a better place in my life where I am processing and able to learn and grow. It's a beautiful thing. I check in with my spirit guides and I am able to find clarity and understanding in moving forward. This is always a process. There is no end. Let me say that again. This is a process. There is no end. We learn. Throughout life, we are constantly learning. We learn, then we apply what we learn, and we say, hey, do I like that? Did it work out? And we adjust it a little bit, and then we go learn some more. And we just continue this learning, applying, adjusting, learning, applying, adjusting. We're constantly adding new tools to our toolkits. What works in this spot may not work in that spot, and that's why we need multiple tools so that what doesn't work here will actually work here. And perhaps you just need to try multiple tools in the same area until you find the tool that really, really works. In the beginning of learning my tools, it was all so new and I loved playing. I loved just having fun with all of these new things. I was seeking self-mastery. And I wanted to know, what could I make things better here? How could I tweak it over there? I learned all about my own way of communication and how to make that communication better. I learned about fire ceremonies and spirit guides and crystals and just checking in on so many different levels. And life just felt right. It felt so much easier because I now had these fabulous tools that I could check in with and I could use to apply and make my life so much better, smoother. It was wonderful. I sought ways that could help me be a better person, just me, no one else around me. I wasn't looking to fix anyone around me. I personally wanted to be better. So I sought, I looked, I just searched out teachers and tools and knowledge and understanding. Now, I have tools, I have knowledge, and yet even now I struggle. I hit road bumps, I trip, I stumble, and I have to check in. And sometimes I forget to check in, and a work colleague or my husband or a family member will ask, did you use this tool? And inevitably, I have not even thought of using that tool to try to help me fix or process the issue that I was going through. And that little nudge from that outside person was the perfect answer for me to be able to move forward and just find that clarity and peace that I desperately needed. I am a teacher. And yet not only am I a teacher, I'm a student. I believe firmly that we are all students in life and that we have to learn. We have to continually learn day by day by day. My musings are my personal experiences. They are my learnings. And I really, really hope that you get those insights, and those insights help you to grow in your own personal mastery, just like they are helping me to grow in mine. I hope that you're able to relate to me and say, yeah, I have similar challenges. I've had similar experiences. Life is kind of frustrating. And that thought that you just gave me, that musing that just came across really hit home for me. And it felt so good to gain a little bit of that understanding and that clarity. It felt so good to know that I'm not alone, that other people have had this experience, and now it just feels a little bit lighter. It feels a little bit more, it feels easier for me to move through and move on. That connection gives you extra support and extra confidence that you can do this. I did it, so you can too. In seeking out my own tools, my questions were things like, where did I come from? Where am I going? What do I want to do in life? What are my achievements that I'm aiming for? What brings me personal fulfillment and joy? And through all of my experiences and all of my writing and my musings, different experiences are going to totally change my path. And all of those questions, I might have a different answer to them a week from now, a month from now, because I've had other experiences that alter my path and my journey. And they say, hey, Krystal, maybe let's start looking over here, and maybe you'll learn another new tool, and maybe this will shift here and life will be so much better. So mastery of one area leads to a new area that I get to explore, a new area that says, hey, now that you've got that down, it's like a layer cake. Let's just give you another layer. What can you do here with this one? And how much better can life be because you're applying that and you're working with it? It's delightful, and I love it. I know that you have keys too. I really hope that you continue seeking new ones, seeking more, because like I said earlier, the tools that we have sometimes don't work in all of our situations, and that's why we need to seek something additional, something that can help nudge us. The new ones that you learn, in the beginning they might be a little bit difficult, a little bit challenging, and yet the more you try, the more you work at it, the more you exercise that new muscle, the easier it gets and the more life flows, and the easier you're able to say, I'm going to tap into that one and bring that in so that I can maybe process through this a little bit faster. We have the opportunity to choose in. We can be nudged around by all of the hits that life wants to offer us, or we can say, I see that. I have a tool to work with that, so I'm going to apply that tool and then I'm going to move on. We have those choices. It's just that we have to understand ourselves. We have to understand what helps us to move through. We need to be proactive. I really want everyone to feel loved and accepted and confident in your personal journey. Your personal journey. the tools that you have in your toolbox can be applied to help you do that, to help you find that own personal love that, hey, I did that and I feel great. I do it all the time. That's why I write. That's why we are connecting here at this time, because there is something that I have that you feel the same way. And I'm so delighted that you're here. And I'm so delighted that we're learning and going through this life together, because none of us have to be alone. We can all just love and accept each other right here where we're at. So again, I hope that you're constantly adding to your toolbox. I hope you're constantly seeking new knowledge and new ways to expand your possibilities in life, ways to resolve conflict and frustration, to heal old wounds, old relationships, and just make your life a lot better. I hope that you continue connecting with me, and I encourage you to reach out. If there's a topic that you just have a question on, feel free to touch base on any one of my platforms and say, what do you think about this? And if I can respond to it, I absolutely will. I pray that my experiences and challenges are an inspiration and a light to you throughout all of these challenging times. And I sincerely hope that we are all able to find a beautiful connection in this human experience and just love and support each other exactly at where we all are.